Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video will be about stage fright and how to overcome it. At first, let us define what stage fright is. Stage fright is a state of your body and mind where you feel uncomfortable on stage and your heart rate goes up and your brain seems to stop working and your brain starts to focus on the wrong subjects. It is a state of fear which expresses itself through the body. So what can we do to overcome this fear, stage fright? At first, we must understand where this fear comes from. And to be honest with you, most of the time, this fear has its roots in being underprepared, or if not underprepared, being wrong prepared. So the root of all the stage fright people experience is to be found in the practice room. To my experience, stage fright is not something you can't cure or something which can be labeled as an illness or a mental issue. It's in all of us. In some it's more and in some it's less. But we all experience at some points in our life this kind of fear to speak in front of people or to play an instrument in front of people or to dance in front of people. We experience a fear to perform in front of people. Psychologically, the fear we experience comes from the fact that suddenly everything what is going on depends on you and only on yourself. Many other people are giving you their attention and give you the freedom to do whatever you want with it. And now we come to the crucial point in overcoming stage fright and performance anxiety. It is very crucial that you must know what you want to do with the attention of your audience. You should have a positive plan how to work with this attention. If you don't have a plan, you will come to the point in your performance where you feel like, what am I doing here? Nothing makes sense anymore. But if you have something to tell to the audience, or a story or a musical piece and musical structure, what you want to present the audience, then this question will not arise in first place. So knowing what you want to convey to the public, to your audience, is the key factor of overcoming stage fright. But some of you might say now, I know what I want to do. I want to play this beautiful melody and I want the public to enjoy it. The first thing is you have to be convinced yourself. So if you want to play a beautiful melody for a public, first step is to play the beautiful melody for you and frame it like it is perfect for yourself. And now we come to the point where the problems start. Let's go now to the practice room. Let's say the one who told me he wants to play a beautiful melody for the public and want them to enjoy it. Let's look at how many people practice. They grab out a piece, a beautiful melody, they play it for themselves, and they kind of get carried away from the melody and think, oh, that's fine, that's nice. And then they experience, there must be a shift problem, maybe I should fix this. And they play it 1 or 2 times, and then they think it's fixed. And then they dream about an audience clapping after their beautiful melody and really enjoying their performance. And that's it. To be honest with you, I have been like that. I was playing beautiful melodies for myself, thinking they are beautiful. In my fantasy, they were beautiful. And in fact, they are beautiful. But it's not enough to have the ability to play a beautiful melody when you are alone at home. There's much more which goes into a good performance on stage in front of people. Let's stop talking about how to not do it. Let's start talking about how to do it, how to overcome stage fright, and how to prepare yourself in a good way that you can rely on your skills on the stage. This brings us to the point which is quite easy to understand, but goes much more in depth when you start really thinking about it. Most people who have stage fright or performance anxiety are underprepared in some way. That doesn't mean they are lazy people. It just means that they have some aspect of their practice which is under the level it should be. When we talk about practice, we have many different levels. We have the technique, we have the tone production, we have the music, the dynamical structure, the tempo structure, finding the right tempo in first place, color of sound, choosing the right bowing, having a good posture while playing or speaking. All of those things and many more are fractions of our practice. And if one of those is under the level it should be when you go on stage, this one aspect will cripple you. And this one aspect will be the reason why you will underperform and why you experience performance anxiety. The key points for a good practice, which will prepare you 100%, are the following. First of all, choose the right content. You have to be fully in charge of your content you want to present the audience. This means for a violinist, the piece should be in your level, not over your level. Preferably under your level so you can enjoy it more and you can be very confident on stage that your technique will be up to the standard of the piece. Second thing, work on the details. Don't just be satisfied with the beautiful melody you can play, but really try to think through every millisecond of the phrase you want to shape in front of the audience. This means giving your bow a very clear structure. Also thinking about your vibrato or different kinds of fingerings, which can affect the outcome of your performance as well. When you are prepared in that kind of detailed way, you will on the stage be much more focused on what you have to do than on your stage fright, because you have a map in your mind, a path you want to follow and things to do on that path, and they prevent you from even thinking about I'm playing for maybe 100 people and maybe I'm nervous and what is my heart rate doing? It is pumping like crazy, and why I'm breathing so much, and why are my fingers wet, and that sort of stuff. That sort of stuff might happen, but it's not the priority in performance. Your priority should be your content and the details in your content. So you have a very clear and detailed map in front of you. There are other things as well, which you should learn prior to your performance in front of an audience. One thing is to really be able to play through the piece, to really shape the piece from the beginning to the end, and that preferably in front of an audience. So every human listener you can get is your best friend for getting better for your performance. Play for your mother, your wife, your sister, your daughter, whatever you may find, maybe your students. Sometimes I use my students for my practice. I play them a piece, so we both benefit. They benefit from hearing me, I benefit from playing through, and with an audience, with the pressure of someone listening to you. If you don't have an audience ready, which we sometimes don't, because we cannot always bother other people with listening to our not even ready performances, then you should think about recording yourself. Get a good recording device, an audio recorder, and maybe even better, a video recorder and record yourself and listen back to your performance. Keep in mind to perform also from the beginning to the end, as you would do when people sit there and listen to you. This way, you get much more solid in your idea about your piece, and the map gets clearer. And also, there will be some places where you make faults, but you can revisit them still in practice and work on them and really work on the details. If you make a fault, it means that your mind map isn't fully ready yet.